Mayor Zohran Mamdani of New York City has launched city-run grocery stores.
Can we all see?
Everybody is losing their shit over it.
It looks like the old Soviet Union, doesn't it?
I'm going to call it the Mamdani market.
It's not going to happen.
It's a scheme by Mamdani.
Mamdani market.
Isn't it so wild how media tends to react, especially right-wing media, especially corporatists and capitalists? They are freaking the fuck out. Zohran Mamdani has announced that he is going to be opening up 5 city-run grocery stores across New York City, 1 per borough. There are 5 boroughs altogether, and each grocery store, city-run grocery store, is meant to provide low-income communities affordable food. Who doesn't freaking love that? Apparently, the capitalists, the corporatists, and the right wing are very upset about this. So let's go ahead and go through the actual facts and why socialism seems to be so scary for so many people these days, even though it's been very, very successfully executed in Zohran's New York. Okay, so these 5 city-run grocery stores are going to sell staple foods at a 30% discount. And the main feature of these stores is that a core basket of goods, according to them, it's things like produce, dairy, bread, select meats, and seafood products, and about 20 other staple foods. All of these are going to be priced 30% below the typical retail value. And according to the New York Times, these prices are going to stay locked in for a month, and non-core items are going to sell at a designated fair market value. So there are going to be other items that people can buy outside of the core group of food products. So that doesn't sound too bad, right? But apparently it's freaking a lot of people out.
Communistic, forced mercantilism.
Every capitalist wants to make sure that they don't have to compete with the government, who can provide lower costs to the people, as they should. They should be providing lower costs to the people, especially to people who are living on the poverty line, which is about 35 million people across the nation, and people who are low income, meaning that they are not quite at the poverty line, but they don't have the expendable income every month to be able to pay for things like emergencies or food. The capitalists want to continue making more profit off of feeding people, literally feeding people. We're gonna go ahead and run down why the capitalists are so mad and why socialism has become a very, very scary word. And guys, if you hate fascism and capitalist bootlickers as much as I do, consider every like on this video one middle finger to the status quo, and make sure to comment down below how you really feel about these Mamdani hating troll dolls. The question that is being posed is whether this intervention, as Forbes likes to call it, will expand access, or if it's going to introduce new market pressures. Are the capitalists going to revolt over Zohran Mamdani's grocery stores? Let's see.
Critics point out that the $70 million plan could buy more than 1 million Costco memberships for New Yorkers.
A lot of mixed reviews, Tijani. Grocery margins, they're already thin, and shops typically operate on a 1 to 3% profit margin.
We're Costco guys.
Okay, so all of that fear-mongering is cute and whatever, but it doesn't actually stay rooted in the facts. So let's go ahead and go over what some of the actual facts are. So unlike bodegas, the city-run grocery stores are not going to pay rent or property taxes, which is how they are able to provide a 30% discount on groceries, specifically staple foods. Government-owned property is typically tax exempt in the same way that things like libraries and courthouses and DMVs, they don't have to pay property taxes either. The city is also going to be controlling the construction and build-out costs via taxpayer dollars, obviously, meaning that these stores are not going to face the same upfront capital costs that a private competitor might. Even a corporation would have to shell out the building costs, contractors, permitting, all of those things. The city is going to be covering those costs for these city-run grocery stores. The capitalists are up in arms because they're like, oh my gosh, the taxpayers are going to have to pay for the construction costs. The taxpayers are going to have to pay for all of these things that a typical business person would have to figure out how to pay for. And everybody else is like, yeah, what is the big deal? We've done this before. We have libraries, we have schools, all of that is paid for by the city. Whatever. And unlike other businesses that fail to generate profits and end up going bankrupt because of it, any financial shortfalls from these stores are going to be absorbed by the cities. Even if they are running in the red, either half of the time or most of the time, it is still going to be providing an essential need for communities that actually need to have it, right? Food deserts exist, even in a place like New York City. It's better to have a city-run grocery store that is potentially going into the red 6 months out of the year than to not provide this type of service to people who are already struggling to put food on the table. And those who are in favor of Mamdani's plan are arguing that, having things like food deserts is already a market failure. So all of these capitalists that are claiming to say oh, this is going to be a market failure, it's already a market failure that people can't put food on the table. There is a high amount of food insecurity, not just in New York City, but nationwide. Having things like a city-run grocery store in places that need that type of service, that is filling a market gap that nobody else is willing to fill. So it is actually a good thing. Private grocers underserve low-income neighborhoods because the margins just don't justify staying open in those places. Another thing that people are, complaining about is, if these city-run grocery stores are really successful and they end up opening more, right? Like right now, they're going to be opening 5 next year. 2 are going to open next year, but eventually they're going to open up 5. So what a lot of people are saying is that, people are going to just end up only shopping at the city-run grocery stores, and all the bodegas, all the 13,000 or however 1,300 or 13,000 bodegas across the city are all going to close, and everybody's just going to go to these 5 city-run grocery stores. Does that make any sense to anybody? This is the type of stuff that capitalists love to argue about, but it doesn't ever make sense. If you actually think about it, the city-run grocery stores are not going to provide the same type of items that other grocery stores, privatized grocery stores, are going to offer. So essentially, it is diversifying the market, right? Not only in price range, but also in what they have to offer. So the city-run grocery stores are not going to carry things like alcohol, tobacco, smoking products, like a lot of these other privatized grocery stores do. And so, no, it's not going to replace privately owned grocery stores. It's just going to be in addition to. And again, they are being open in communities that already have food insecurity, meaning private capitalists who own grocery stores are not opening, their stores in those areas anyway. So it's not competing with them in any sense of the word. But what they should be concerned about is how they are manipulating the narrative around this, because I feel like the more that they critique this, the more that people are going to end up changing their minds on this and being like, you know what? A city-run grocery store sounds like the best fucking idea right now. I'm sick of paying Whole Foods prices. I'm sick of paying $25 for a smoothie at Erewhon. It doesn't make any sense. If a couple has 1 kid, that family is spending currently, on average, hundreds of dollars a month to pay for groceries. having a 30% discount, that is additional money that can go into savings. That is additional money that can go into childcare. That is additional money that can go into buying a pair of ballet shoes every month for, your little 5-year-old girl who wants to take dance classes, right? It's going to be that additional 30% savings for a family who actually needs it. So many people don't even have savings accounts because they don't have the discretionary income to be able to set that aside for themselves. So these city-run grocery stores are not the enemy. They're actually going to provide an essential need for so many people. But of course, what this all boils down to is the Trump administration's attack on socialism and quote-unquote communism. The new Red Scare is here. I've already made a couple of videos about this, and I also, if you don't follow me on Substack, make sure that you go and read my article on this. Socialism used to land you in jail. Anyone who used to have any sort of sympathy or ties to a socialist party or a communist party, they would lump them together and they would blacklist you. They would make sure that you don't get any jobs. If you were an academic, you would not get tenure. You would probably get fired from academia. And that was literally not that long ago. It was like, 60, 70 years ago. Jump to today, we now have this new wave of democratic socialists who are winning elections across the board. It is no longer a jailable offense to be a socialist. Favorability for the Democrats and the Republicans has gone down considerably. A lot of people are looking at democratic socialists as the new favored party. Their numbers in terms of favorability are going up. And it is because they are fighting for things like universal health care. They are fighting for things like city-run grocery stores. They are fighting to have better libraries, better public school system, better education. So are city-run grocery stores a good thing, a bad thing? Personally, for me, I think we will find out, but I think that these are actually going to be essential services, and I know that they are going to be successful because the people will make them successful. This is what the people of New York City voted for. They voted for the change of the status quo. That is what Mamdani is providing them, and I think these city-run grocery stores are actually going to be a big success. But we are going to continue to see how that goes. So let me know down below, are you scared of socialists or are you a scary socialist? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to check out my Substack and subscribe there so that you don't miss any of my articles, especially the one that I talked about here today on socialism and the history of socialism in this country. And hit that sub button on your way out. I'll see you guys in the next one.